In the vibrant, often dazzling world of social media, where life is often filtered to perfection and smiles are meticulously curated, we find countless windows into seemingly flawless existences. For Valeria Marquez, a bright, vivacious 23-year-old, her corner of this digital universe was her stage, her canvas. A Mexican influencer, she built a connection with hundreds of thousands, sharing makeup tips, fashion insights, and inviting them into the everyday glamour of her life. But one ordinary Tuesday, that inviting window shattered. Her final live stream, a moment meant for connection, transformed into a chilling, unsolved nightmare, tearing through the glossy veneer of online celebrity to expose the brutal, raw realities so many face in Mexico. The scene was at Blossom, the beauty lounge, Valeria's very own salon nestled in Zapopan, Jalisco. Zapopan, a city that hums with life, with bustling streets and modern ambition, but, as we would tragically learn, also shadowed by unseen complexities. That afternoon light, perhaps softened by chic blinds, would have bathed the salon in a familiar, comforting glow. Valeria, ever engaging, ever full of life, chatted with her TikTok audience. She held a soft, pink stuffed animal, a small, innocent comfort, almost out of place amidst the professional backdrop. What began as a casual chat about a courier delivering a gift, however, subtly twisted. A flicker of unease crossed her face. She mentioned her friend couldn't quite make out the courier's face upon arrival. And then her voice, still resonating with the casual cadence of a live stream, carried a question that would soon echo, hauntingly, through thousands of minds. Why didn't he just drop it off? She wondered aloud. Were they going to pick me up or what? Those chilling questions, spoken in real time to a global audience, became an unintended, heartbreaking prelude to the unthinkable. In the very next breath, the curated smile vanished. Valeria's gaze shifted not to her adoring audience, but to something unseen, something terrifying. Her expression contorted from curiosity to sudden, visceral pain. Instinctively, she clutched at her chest and belly, a universal, desperate gesture of agony, before collapsing abruptly, tragically, out of frame. The horrifying sounds that followed, the immediate chaos, the desperate fumbling of a phone, and another woman's swift, terrified action to end the live stream, painted a vivid, terrifying picture of the violence that erupted within the salon's walls. For her viewers, the feed just went black, leaving them with a chilling, unanswered question mark suspended in the digital air, a sudden gaping void where Valeria's vibrant presence had just been. When the police arrived at 6:30 that evening, the grim reality was confirmed. Valeria Marquez was gone, fatally attacked. Authorities would later begin to meticulously piece together the initial, brutal moments. At least 2 men on motorcycles, faces likely obscured, approaching the salon with a cold, unsettling purpose. A direct, chilling question, cutting through the ordinary sounds of the day. Are you Valeria? A simple, fatal confirmation of identity. And then, the swift, brutal finality of gunfire. The men fled as quickly as they arrived, leaving behind a scene of devastation, a heartbroken staff, and a digital footprint of their horrifying act that would echo across social media. A grim testament to the suddenness of violence that can strike without warning, turning a vibrant life into a shocking memory. What followed was an outpouring of grief, a wave of shock, and a maelstrom of rampant speculation. As the few devastating details emerged, the rumors ignited like wildfire. Was this a targeted hit? A message delivered with a bullet from one of Mexico's powerful criminal organizations? Or was it another devastating instance of gender-based violence, a femicide, a persistent, agonizing issue that continues to claim lives in Mexico at an alarming rate? The whispers turned to shouts, and a palpable fear took hold, not just in Zapopan, but across the nation. Zapopan, in Jalisco, is a city built on contrast. It boasts luxurious shopping centers, meticulously manicured streets, and an image of modern security. Yet beneath this veneer, this municipality is tragically plagued by violence. The U.S. Department of Justice has highlighted a disturbing truth. Some of the area's commercial growth, its very prosperity, may be tragically linked to illicit financial activity. This paints a complex picture of wealth intertwined with deeply embedded criminal elements, often hidden, often invisible, beneath a polished surface. Jalisco itself is a stark testament to Mexico's ongoing struggle. It ranks among the most dangerous states for homicides, with hundreds of lives lost in recent years. Just 50 kilometers from Zapopan, a cartel training center was uncovered in March. More chillingly, over 15,000 people have vanished in the state since 2018. The unnerving coincidence that a former congressman was killed just 2 kilometers from Valeria's salon on the very same day only deepened the public's fear, suggesting a wider, sinister pattern of violence that seemed to consume the region. Yet the state prosecutor's office, navigating these complex and dangerous realities, has maintained a critical perspective. They are investigating Valeria's death as a femicide, believing the crime was primarily motivated by her gender. They've stated there's no direct evidence, at this initial stage, linking the murder to organized criminal groups. This approach, rooted in the official femicide protocol, highlights the dual threats women in Mexico often face, where deeply personal relationships can turn deadly in a society grappling with systemic violence. This focus on femicide illuminates another deeply disturbing reality: the epidemic of violence against women that grips Mexico. It ranks 4th in Latin America and the Caribbean for femicide rates. The latest United Nations data reports 1.3 deaths per 100,000 women in Mexico in 2023. These are not just cold, abstract numbers. They represent countless lives tragically cut short, futures stolen, and families shattered by gender-based violence. Each statistic is a deeply personal story of loss, a scream silenced before it could ever truly be heard. Valeria's story gains further raw depth, with media reports suggesting she had previously expressed fears for her safety. She had allegedly posted online, stating that if anything happened to her, it would be because of her ex-partner. While this detail doesn't confirm a motive, it introduces the painful possibility that her death could be linked to personal, domestic threats. It casts a tragic light on the hidden dangers within intimate relationships. However, the local mayor confirmed she had not filed any official complaints, highlighting how many victims suffer silently, perhaps too afraid or unable to seek help. The investigation is ongoing. Authorities are meticulously analyzing social media, video evidence, and testimonies to painstakingly piece together what happened. Their crucial work unfolds in a broader context where public trust in law enforcement is often low, and where around 90% of crimes, tragically, go unreported or unresolved. Even the Jalisco prosecutor's office itself has faced allegations of ties to criminal groups, accusations they strongly deny. This is the challenging landscape they navigate. Valeria's tragic story, sadly, is not an isolated case. Just days before her death, Yesenia Lara Gutierrez, a political candidate, was also killed during a live stream. These back-to-back tragedies, both captured on camera and instantly shared with the world, serve as chilling examples of how violence has tragically permeated public life in Mexico, even in the seemingly open and accessible digital sphere. They highlight a grim reality where the very act of sharing one's life online can become a terrifying public spectacle of one's demise. Valeria's tragic final moments, witnessed by a global audience, serve as a powerful and somber testament to the urgent need for systemic change and greater safety for all in Mexico. Her story, and the many questions it leaves agonizingly unanswered, will undoubtedly continue to resonate. A haunting reminder of the profound vulnerabilities that lie beneath the carefully curated, vibrant surfaces of even the most aspirational online lives. It is a human story, tragically cut short, that demands our attention, our empathy, and our collective will to understand and ultimately to prevent.